Welcome back to Monday Night Light as another special edition of MNL because first of all, it's number 10, which is crazy that I put myself through 10 of these broadcasts, but also, as you can tell, my special guest in the booth with me tonight, it is CCS Partnership Night. I got the commish with me casting all three best of sevens. Nation, man, how you doing?
Doing great, Patrick. I'm excited to be here. We got 6 really good teams competing tonight. A lot of these teams are in CCS. They're very talented, all in the top 25. And we mentioned earlier, Colorado number 2 taking on number 4 Tennessee. I think we got a really good slate of games tonight.
Absolutely. All 6 of the teams that are playing tonight are in the top 25. And like you can see, I replied earlier to the power rankings tweet that the CCS put out that we have number 2 versus number 4. First of all, capping off the night between Colorado and Florida, or not Florida State, I just looked at the game, and UTK, and then Florida State and Cincy. Still like a, what is that, 6 and 11 that we've got? Pretty high up there.
Right, and you got number 20 and number 21, so a little bit of a, one slot matchup there, and I think it's going to be a heck of a night, a lot of fun for sure, and I'm excited to see how that Colorado-Tennessee game goes later tonight, because I got to watch Colorado play earlier this week, where they played against Utah, went to Game 5, heck of a series, and unfortunately, Yokes will not be here tonight, but again, Digo, they've been crazy with him. So I'm excited to see how the offense adapts to how Tennessee kind of plays the defensive style of play.
I know, I was sad to see that Yokes wasn't playing tonight, but like when he went down, what was it, a finger injury last season, and then had the sub step up, Colorado was still a force to be reckoned with.
Right. I mean, he had a right thumb fracture. He missed 2-3 weeks, and the original thought was he was going to miss the rest of the season, and then he came back for the conference tournament, and he lit it up.
All right, well, we should be getting started here in just a second. Florida State and Cincinnati. FSU's been a staple of the CCS for the last 2 seasons, Season 3 and Season 2. And Cincinnati, I mean, they're joining this year, Nation, or not this year, this season. And they're in the top as well. Like, this should be a very close matchup of a classic CCS team made a run in Nationals in Season 2 against a newcomer in Cincy.
Yeah, since he was here in the spring, in our Season 2, and they had a tough group and had a couple of close games not go their way and didn't make the championship tournament. But, everything happens. Texas Tech was one of those teams that was right in the border and barely survived the third-place game to qualify in advance. And you were there for champs. It was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see how this season goes with the 32 teams making the championship bracket. I think we're ready to go here.
Oh, we absolutely are. And another thing I'm excited about, outside of all the CCS and SEL talk, I can't wait to cast with these new boost meters. I haven't done it yet because it came out last Tuesday. The update did, so I'm very eager, the Rocket League nerd in me, to see these boost meters all night long. So here we go, Nation. Monday Night Lights featuring CCS squads is underway.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of different games with the boost meters. I think it's a W change. And a good shot there, but again, Florida State's defense, they've relented a lot, even throughout CCS. I've seen a couple of SEL games and some show matches. Their defense is a force to be reckoned with. We saw it against Wichita State. That's how they beat them. They played a really solid, strong defense that kept Wichita State from scoring, and they win close games and they win low-scoring games. So if you're going to attack as much as you can if you're going to have a chance to beat FSU here.
Oh yeah, Florida State is one of the scrappiest teams in like the CCS, the SEL. They just have insane team chem. And sometimes they'll play down to their opponents, but man, they can play up to their opponents as well. It's a reason they upset Wichita State, Syracuse playing them super close in playoff brackets. Like, this is a solid team, and Cincinnati as well, a solid team, showing off some team chem with some passing plays right in front of the FSU net, scoring our first goal here.
Yeah, they got the first pass in front, and Frick didn't take the shot, but, DX is there, cleans it up, and it's a 1-0 early Cincy lead, but it's still early in the series, obviously, about 1:07 off the clock. Plenty of time for the Seminoles to call back.
Oh yeah, plenty of time here. That was pretty though. I didn't know what happened with like the first attempt at a pass out of Cincinnati, but that second one was a dime. And that's the way to cut down a solid FSU defense. You keep them guessing all series long. And here, Luigi's trying to find a response. Get Cincinnati guessing in defense, but so far so good for the Bearcats, staying solid on that near side.
We're 90 seconds through, I think, for Cincy. They had a good offensive showing early, obviously, but FSU, if they can lock down this defensive style like they like to go, I mean, Cincy's going to have a rough night when it comes to their offensive efficiency, especially if FSU is holding down the net, but it's a good Cincy start, Epic, in this offense. A new roster, it's a new form, and there's a lot of time to put together.
Oh, that was close. Good chance for Cincinnati in transition. Tricks, a flick over to Luigi, countering it well, but frick. Nice interception, getting back in defense, getting in the way of Florida State's attempt at an equalizer. As Cincinnati, they're starting to let up a little bit more pressure than they started this series off with, but their counterattack game looking strong at the moment, making Florida State stretch for some saves, but still awkward at times, giving FSU the easy way out on occasion.
Now another pass option there, burned down by the FSU defense. Now Florida State have been trying to attack this orange side. Halftime just in front of us here. What have you seen in this first half, especially from the FSU side as they trail 1? And Cincinnati's done a great job offensively at keeping FSU kind of pinned down on this blue side, where we've seen a lot of time of possession spent in the blue side. But FSU have had a couple of good looks here, but nothing has quite gone their way offensively just yet.
I mean, honestly, I've seen just good defensive patience from both teams. They're biding their time. They're making the other squad's offense make the first move. And I think both teams have good enough defenses where that works. And it's going to be up to the offenses to find ways to counter that. And I mean, right now, the only counter we've seen is that nice pair of passing plays from the Bearcats and a couple of decent counterattack looks that FSU has gotten back for, or Cincinnati really couldn't capitalize completely on. And then FSU, they're just biding their time. They are waiting for that moment to strike, seeing what works in terms of getting through the Cincinnati defense. And this might, Luigi's shot just off the rebound. A little bit off target as well. Frick plays that ball awkwardly back towards his net, but FSU again close nation, but Cincinnati does enough to get out.
I think coming into the night, FSU is a favorite against Cincinnati, but it's going to be a really close game, I think, especially with these teams ranked very, very close in our power poll. But both these teams very, very good. I'm excited to see this series kind of progress. Cincinnati had a hot start in the tournament in the preseason, and they kind of fell short to Purdue, but a good goal comes from Fries. We got a level game, minute 12.
All right, I gotta watch this again, because this seems like a rinse and repeat of like every single Florida State counterattack throughout this first game. Just a pass upfield to whoever might be there, downfield waiting, and they take a shot on, maybe not completely on target, but somewhere in the general direction of the net. But that one was finally on and got past all of Cincinnati, and FSU tying us up.
Final 60 seconds here, Bepic, and this one almost over. Trish, but he does make the touch back to the midfield, and Cincinnati again got a counter back down the blue side here, about under a minute to go. We could see overtime for the first time tonight, especially here in our first game.
Oh, that's a nice dunk. Luigi setting FSU up well. Cincinnati again letting the ball get close to their net, but still getting back in time to make that touch into the corner. Luigi off the ceiling, drop down pass, and Fries just beats the entire Bearcat defense to that one, and FSU has the lead.
Cincinnati's been the team that starts out strong and they kind of let up late, and FSU's making them pay for their mistake again. And with 38 seconds, Florida State back on top for the first time here in game 1. 38 seconds to go. Now Cincy really need one late here.
I'm surprised that one got through, and I'm surprised that one did too. A kickoff goal gives Florida State now an insurance goal. Great win, and Luigi on the cheat, just a hair in front of Ezio there.
35 seconds, a 2-goal difference. Bepic now off the kickoff, and Florida State's going to be feeling pretty good after the kickoff goal to give them some insurance here with under 30 seconds to go.
Now they're still looking for more. You give Trick space like this, you're asking for trouble. Flip reset pass to Luigi off the back wall. D-Hacks is so awkward, and he probably should have conceded on that if Luigi's actually being communicated with the teammate behind him. And okay, Cincinnati's just punished Florida State for doubling, for that double tap. And Nation, we got an interesting end of game 1 developing. 17
seconds is enough time to kind of look for the right look and take the right shot. You don't have to go too fast, but you can't have to go slow. You have to kind of be efficient and look for the right shot at the right time. And there's enough time, to kind of mess around a little bit off the kickoff. They're burned again, Bepic. 15 seconds. A 2-goal game opens back up.
Oh, you're kidding me. That is so BM. Like, for the game to give Cincinnati hope there, and then just take it all away off of another kickoff goal, where the cheater just goes around the ball, or the ball goes around the cheater for Cincinnati, and Florida State scores off of it.
Well, positive is they burned 2 seconds. But now another one-on-one Fries off the kickoff. Won't get by the defender. And Cincinnati, I think, are going to see themselves through to game 1. Down 0-1. Florida State, heck of a second half here in game 1, and we're able to open up things in the series 1-0.
Hey, benefit of this being the best of 7, though, is that you get burned by 2 kickoff goals, you're thinking, okay, we're about even with this team. The only reason we lost was because of 2 stupid kickoffs. And if you're Cincinnati, you absolutely have to have that mentality going forward, that you are right there with FSU. Just got to get a couple more looks, I feel like, in the back half. Because you're right, they tapered off a lot there in the second half of Game 1.
Right, and those 2 kickoff goals make the difference here in Game 1. It's an equal shot category, and you take the kickoffs away, it's a level game. We got overtime.
Exactly, and we'll see if FSU can still maintain that kickoff advantage. It is something they're very strong at, that kickoff element of the game. But we're getting into Game 2 here. I'm going to be a second late for those of you watching right now because I want to turn up my game audio for the stream. So you're missing the kickoff. You didn't miss much, though. FSU won it, and Frick said, get that ball out of there. I'll start this game off even footing.
10 seconds already gone. Cincinnati looking for a better start here, Bepic, in Game 2. And unfortunately for them in Game 1, nothing kind of went their way in that second half. And it goes to, dividends here for FSU and how they adjusted to the offense. And Cincinnati tried to open things up with an open break off the rip there. 30 seconds gone. Fries on the board first.
Look at how clean of an open net hit this was. Fries dinks it off the sidewall around the 3rd man committing, and then slots an open net shot. Like, that could have been a slow roller just on target and would have gone in. But no, he had to put that top right corner, tuck underneath the crossbar, and put FSU up with emphasis.
24 seconds off the clock. FSU looking for goal 2. Not sure this Frick demo will come through. No one in support. Bepic, and 30 seconds gone. Cincinnati trying to equalize quick here. A dunk in front of the box with no one home. For the Bearcats, time still going. Cincinnati, plenty of pressure on the blue side.
And 2 back again for FSU. Fries has boost as well to get the Seminoles out of defense into a scoring opportunity, but it's Goomba stop. So let's just steal that 100 in the Bearcats' corner and let his teammate do the setting up of the offense.
First minute gone here. In front is D-Hacks. Redirect turned wide. Fries. Good snap reaction there, Bepic. The first minute, plenty of action from both sides. And FSU opened things up early with the goal of their own, but so much time left here again for Cincinnati to kind of adapt. But I think looking back at Game 1, FSU had their way in the second half offensively, but the defense also leveled up. Cincinnati to try to find a way to kind of break through the brick wall that FSU kind of built in that second half.
FSU's offensive control is, it's been given up a little bit compared to the dominance they were showing towards the end of Game 1. Just to think you'd be back for these transitions, which were honestly the biggest strength of the Bearcats' Game 1 offense, was getting opportunities in counterattack mode against an FSU that might have stretched themselves a bit thin, put too many resources in offense, but there's not anything left for FSU there as frickin' D-Hacks counter FSU with an equalizer here. They just got everyone kind of flopping there on their goal line.
The pressure built up, and it was too much for the FSU defense there to handle, and they find the one to go their way. 3:15 left, just before the halfway point. Bepic, and get a level game again. Cincinnati looking for a big win here in Game 2 to level the series.
Oh, Frick has a little bit of space in the corner. Tricks, though, dunking his opponent into a half clearance, but a demo gives an opportunity to D-Hacks. He is stuffed by Tricks the last second. Still, Cincinnati looking for a go-ahead goal, and Easy-Yo has got it. Nice little cleanup play from outside the box, and just like that, the Bearcats are ahead.
Another great passing play option in front of the box again. And we've seen it countless times now throughout this series. Cincinnati really trying to break down and find the holes in the FSU defense where they're looking for those quick 1-2 options. It's worth dividends so far, but still have this game to go. Cincinnati open up a nice lead here.
Fries taking that ball across his own net. Easy, though, misses on that. I think he was looking for a pop-up up the side wall right there. Does a little make up for it by interfering with the FSU clearance. Now Frick given a chance to double it. Used all his boosts to get back to that ball. Did end up making a shot on from it. Still, Cincinnati keeping their offense cooking. A nice contrast how they started out this game too.
2.5 remaining here at the halftime. Just behind us, and it's a 2-1 lead at the half for the Bearcats, but plenty of time to go for FSU to crawl back again. But it's a second half team, it really seems like, Bepic, throughout this series at least. And there's still 2 minutes left, and they have a demo numbers advantage opportunity for our corner denied. And Frick, a big save for the Bearcats to keep this 1-1 score game.
Nice near side rotation there from D-Hacks. Intercepts it, gets the ball to Frick. Sets up a beautiful 50-50 that Trix was ready for Luigi to lose there in the corner, and it turns into an equalizer for Florida State. What a read as the third man by Trix, getting that ball back to Luigi, who finds an advantage thanks to two Cincinnati Bearcats moving up with that play too soon.
I didn't think Luigi was going to be able to get to that touch, and he actually did. He got a beautiful touch in front across the open center, and it panned out there for the goal to come through. And level game, minute 50, plenty of time now. This next goal very important from either side.
Oh, Florida State, they're still kind of flexing that back nine merchant mentality. Come alive in the second half of the game. And here they're doing it to perfection. Found the tie ball game, and they're looking for that go-ahead third goal, but Cincinnati has found themselves an out. They found an easy O with zero boost, causing havoc on the Florida State goal line, but Luigi gets out of it, the bump attempt that is, and finds a half clear for his teammates to develop.
Final 80 seconds here, passed over the top, no one there, but FSU in trouble, low boost here, Bethany. Possession will still remain in for the Seminoles. Final 70 on the clock, and FSU looking to close it down to regulation again. Back in front, and a big save. The Bearcats to keep this one tied. Minute left to go.
D-Hacks, good clear, but Fries is ready for it. Frick, though, counters Fries' counter with a counter, and Fries does the same. That's a miss in front of the goal line for Florida State, but they aren't punished. It's starting to look a little rickety at times in front of their net. FSU still finding a way to get out. Cincinnati, a couple opportunities to punish gone by the wayside, but at the very least, they are holding on to the ball well.
Final 35, time beginning to tick down. Tapping here in regulation, reset for Fries, still in control, and it's taken away by D-Hacks. Pressure still in pursuit here. This one on target. Trix will bring home goal 3.
You gotta be lightning fast to beat Trix to that kind of ball. Just immediately goes as soon as he knows that Frick has been cleared off the Cincinnati Bearcats goal line. Ezio stood no chances beating him to that ball, and now the Bearcats need to demonstrate some clutch in the final 30 seconds to avoid going down 0-2.
To go. Cincinnati need one soon here. Time running down, pass in front, Fried, snapshot turned wide, 15 on the clock, and FSU still hammering shots on the orange net here.
Frick around the corner, overshoots the ball, loses the 50 to Luigi. Fries, zero boost in the corner, trying to waste time, waste clock, and does well enough to make it hard for Cincinnati on 0 seconds, but still an opportunity to shoot and score, denied by Trix. FSU at the last moment taking game 2 as Cincinnati Nation there. I thought we were going to tie it up on 0 seconds.
I thought they might get one look off, and then fortunately it didn't quite get the look they wanted. They got the bounce off the corner, but they didn't get that placement quite on target. They had a couple of looks late, though, and unfortunately that last goal given up by FSU paid the dividends there for the Seminoles. It's a 2-0 lead now.
And I want to go back to the scoreboard real fast because I have to point out Luigi's stat line here. 0 shots, but he had 3 assists and 4 saves. That dude was doing just about everything other than actually putting shots on target that game. He was definitely the Swiss Army knife. Outside of scoring, of course, that part was left off the knife. But Trix and Fries did well enough, despite Luigi's lack of production. Cincinnati, again, Nation, losing by 1. Florida State doing just enough.
The touch off the left wall that kind of put up that opportunity for the equalization goal to come through. I mean, that was the biggest play of the game, made by Luigi there, and it sets up FSU to kind of go ahead late. But this, game 3 now, a new slate. Cincinnati really need a win here, and a snapshot quickly turned away. Luigi keeps FSU unscathed. That's going a really early look for the Bearcats here in game 3.
And Luigi's still doing it in defense, getting back to save that one. Cincinnati doing whatever that is in offense. D-Hacks had a chance to put in a somewhat open net. Instead, though, Florida State find a shot. Are you kidding me? That's the first goal of the game after how close Cincy was to scoring? Oh, my word.
Ground hits there, and Frick a little bit too far behind the play, and he's burning the overcommit there. Back to 32 seconds. It's a quick one again for the Seminoles here.
I love this game sometimes. That was such an interesting start to game 3 here. Florida State got some plot armor or something in the first 30 seconds, but they're up 1-0. Those are the facts. They're looking to make it a second. D-Hacks back in time to save that nice redirection from Luigi. Now he's just popping it up to the back wall. But D-Hacks again thwarts his opportunity. Ball pops out, and Luigi allowed to potentially shoot this if he has more in the tank. Cincinnati, though, good speed and defense to get out.
First minute gone here in regulation. Florida State still in control off the left wall. Frick's playing a dunk, but he's turned wide by Isio in Cincinnati. Going to turn the Jets here, Patrick. What's kind of gone wrong, in your opinion, in these first two games where FSU's opened up the offensive capabilities of this series, and it makes that 2-0 for Luigi and Florida State firing on all cylinders here?
Since he's not doing a good enough job of getting in the face of Florida State in these kind of situations, where the ball's coming off the back wall, they just are getting dusted to the aerial challenges that Florida State is forcing them to have to make. I can't even count up how many goals FSU's gotten just by blasting the ball off the back wall and then having someone there to put it on target. It's let's see, they've scored now 9 total goals. It's got to be at least 3 or 4. And Cincy just got to do a better job of defending off that back wall.
Right, I like you mentioned you got to be in front of FSU State. I've seen this team play a lot of times, Epic. Only seen them lose twice. Game 6 at Syracuse, Game 7 at San Diego State. 2 high-quality rosters that have been very offensive, aggressive style of play. And it's burned FSU, but Cincinnati here, they're trying to rely a little bit on defensive transitions, but it's not working out because FSU's defense is one of the best here in the southeastern side of the United States. And DHAX, though, able to find goal 1-308 to play.
Hey, all right. Easy-o. Pops it up to himself, beats Luigi, and that is just a phenomenal challenge taken by DHAX right in front of the FSU net. It's not easy to get that ball past Tricks in that sort of situation, but DHAX dominant, and that will get Cincinnati back within 1, committing hard on the kickoff, though. We'll have to rush back or not. DHAX, again, just a beautiful read on Tricks.
Oh my.
Wow.
I hope that was the right back to DHAX. He's going to snipe that on target with 2 minutes off the clock here. And it's a 1-goal difference. We haven't seen Cincinnati get burned on the kickoff since Game 1, where they kind of let 2 go through and it made the difference. But in Game 3, really going to find themselves down the stretch here. I think opportunities have got to come, and they got to be efficient on this Bearcat side. But now, put the numbers advantage for FSU, but almost an own goal there.
Yeah, but the advantage was taken away by that back pass. It was close, it looked dangerous, but DHAX and Frick have a lot of experience playing with one another, so I'm not surprised that was a completely called play, and it turned into a near open net opportunity for Cincinnati. The ball rolled up the back wall instead, but hey, they get possession from it. They eliminate the FSU counterattack, and eventually they get themselves in a tie ball game, 2-2.
Yeah, and this there by I think it was Luigi off the ceiling, gave up the open net, and DHAX can make him pay for that mistake 9 times out of 10. I would hope it would be 10 times out of 10 sometimes. Shot doesn't quite go the way you want to play. Certain things happen, but we've got a level game here, 2:10 on the clock, and FSU trying to strike yet again here with pressure continuing to build.
It's a double commit from FSU, but Frick didn't have enough boost in the tank to make the immediate punish happen, so Cincinnati falling back for a moment. Isio, a nice 50-50 to get the ball out. Frick chasing it down, winning the challenge to pop that ball into the corner, but there is no more follow-up after that, as Luigi's given a little bit of room to do what he wants with the ball. That turns into a counterattack. Fries, demolitions expert on the Cincinnati goal line, bumping players out of the way, but the Bearcats hold firm.
90 seconds to change. Cincinnati trying to get back in front. About this last minute 30, I feel like FSU, when it's mattered most of late when the game is tied, they've gone clutch when they've had to. They've been elite in these last couple of moments of these regulation periods, and FSU again back trying to pull off one more clutch goal at the end of Game 3.
Luigi out to the side, playing it off that side wall, but that gives it up to DHAX, who has been an all-star this game for Cincinnati. Just kind of willing them forward here. Big fake. Gets one Seminole out of the way, but Tricks collects as the second challenger and forces Isio to make a tough save in transition. That flip misses. Fries a pass over instead of the one-timer, and Luigi turns with nothing in the tank. Just salvage possession here.
Yeah, Cincinnati has not led at any moment in the last minute of any of these games so far, and it goes to show how tough for Team FSU is to stay composed for 5 minutes in a game like this where lots on the line, and it's been awfully close, I'd say, but FSU's done a great job at adjusting late. They've been a second-half team tonight. They've showed here in this third game and even throughout the course of the series.
Oh, FSU has that clutch factor. They're no strangers to high-intensity moments in series and show matches and anything under the sun. These dudes just love playing Rocket League. and they know how to win. But right now, Cincinnati has the upper hand in the final 15 seconds. Ezio, though, turns around with zero boost, gives up space to the Seminoles, and Frick turned upfield as well. Still did get back as FSU didn't put an immediate shot on target. Cincinnati trying to take advantage now of a Tricks miss. D-Hacks pokes the ball forward, but that ball is grounded, and we get overtime for the first time in this series.
We've been scammed to OT 2 times tonight.
Yeah.
We saw late goals go through by FSU, and now we get an OT matchup here in Game 3, and it's anyone's game to win here. Cincinnati really need one soon, Epic, and this might be bad for Cincinnati. Numbers advantage for the Seminoles here, but the defense of Cincinnati's they've been complacent with how this series has kind of gone, but FSU's offense has been highly elite. High lethal and open break there, with the defense back in time.
Communication. Frick calling Ezio off, and now clearing the ball, putting a shot on and in. That just goes in. I have to see this again, how he got that shot off the sidewall here, because Trix was right there, and it does take a hop off of Trix's hood, and a forced own goal to give Cincinnati their first game win of the series.
Yeah, and the demo there gave it more power too, and it made the save even tougher, and it already was off the tip of the balance of Luigi Trix's card there, but Cincinnati get a much-needed victory there, Epic. It's a 2-1 series now, and Game 4, a 2-1 lead for the Seminoles.
A good response, though. Cincinnati, like, their mentality throughout this series should be, like, these are one-goal games. They are right there with Florida State. There is no reason why they can't put together 4 wins of their own in the next, well, 3 wins now for them in the next at least 4 games. So we'll see what happens with them going forward, but that has got to feel good to come out on top of an overtime game as well. Finally taking one and avoiding that terrifying 0-3 deficit. But now, again, they have to do it 3 more times in this best-of-7 in the next potentially 3 games.
Right, I mean, I think if you're Cincinnati, you look at it as a one-goal game, but surprise what just happened, an open break, and he burned the overcommit.
I was watching Twitch chat for a second there. Ezio lays it off to the side. Frick is upfield, and that's just an interception from Fries. Had Cincinnati's transition offense completely read right there, and a gift given to the Seminoles here in the first 15.
It's not a great look there. I mean, Cincinnati, you can't be doing that early, especially given this FSU side early. It is bad, but the Cincinnati, again, the offense, I feel like it's a low shooting kind of style of offense they play, but they've got to be efficient when you shoot a low amount of shots. But FSU still so much pressure. A 2-0 lead. Trix finds his first of Game 4.
Well, look, Florida State does not appear happy with the drop in the previous game. That is just a nice beat by Trix. D-Hacks was put in an awkward spot as a third man coming in out of offensive rotation and couldn't make the read. Quick counter from Florida State right there to nab themselves now a 2-goal lead. And Cincy, I mean, they came back from a 2-goal deficit, I think, in the last game, right? To force OT. So they can do it if they, well, they got plenty of time. So I think they just have to put their heads back on the grindstone and see what they can do again.
Right, I mean, a lot of these games have been 2-0 FSU. Cincinnati's kind of brought it back. I think Game 1, Cincinnati actually led 2-0, and FSU was trailing, and they brought it back late, and they went clutch late to win that game just before the overtime came through. But you know, it's ebbs and flows for Rocket League, and sometimes that's how things go. And Cincinnati down 2-0 early, so a lot of clock left to go, and that one had to fall, I feel like, for the Bearcats side there, give them a chance.
Yeah, I don't know about had to fall, but it definitely hurts seeing that go just a little bit off the post, because the pass was perfect right there. The shot was just a little bit off, and right there, kind of the same thing. Ezio gets a flip reset pass, and the shot just a little bit off, but it is setting up more possession for Cincinnati. Another opportunity there, and finally, it's a passing play that turns into a shot with just a little bit of extra spice, as it's Frick's bump that allows that shot to go in.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're Cincinnati, you're playing against a really tough defense. But if you get anywhere close to scoring, it almost feels like you have to get it to go through the uprights and find yourself on the board with the small pieces that you're given. Because you got to be highly efficient if you're going to beat FSU. You're going to be in their face, attacking as much as you can. And I feel like FSU, they're not going to allow that many goals to come through. So, I mean, if you get close, you got to find your way to make it count.
Tries a center ball. Luigi goes up for it despite Frick's presence on the near side. And it's not his fault as that ball goes in, as Trix crept up too far as the third man here. I'm wondering if he moved in to try and play that in the corner. Seeing Luigi goes up for that, he doesn't back off in time. It's an open net, and just like that, we're tied.
Another great overcommit. FSU burned Cincinnati earlier And then Cincinnati brings them back. We get a level game now within 3 minutes to go. And both teams exchange a little bit of mistakes here. Will attempt the demo comes through, but it's front bar put back. There's nowhere to be found. And Bryce, just in the nick of time, keeps this game level at 2 apiece.
Okay, Frick, not a whole lot of boost here. 14 to get back to it. And he leaves it for his teammate. Good communication. Ezio says, or he's sent to go fetch that ball, rather. Florida State, though, winning it in the midfield. We'll get another opportunity to find a third goal, but right now we're just fighting for possession in the midfield.
I think if Ezio went to that challenge a little bit quicker on that last possession, he had an opportunity to shoot. It could have been a very well goal for Cincinnati, but this one in front to finish is there. He makes up for the mistake. It's a 3-2 Bearcat lead.
You mentioned it. Ezio play a little bit faster, and he is fast up to that ball. Frick setting it up for him, and FSU's defense normally very solid. We normally tout them at a very high level, but they let that one up a little bit easy.
Right, I mean, now halftime behind in Cincinnati. Can they go clutch here? Double attempt from D-Hax on the finish there! Cincinnati, D-Hax has gone big.
Oh, let's watch this one again. That is just all D-Hax. Gets it over Tricks and does a little 180 back into the ball to get his front bumper on it. Straight down and in. Ooh, that is a great example of what Cincy can do with their mechanics.
Beautiful play there. Good car control, good realization of where the ball is at. And, they read the play
again.
Given it's maybe D-Hax again for 2. Reset under the first. Almost a chance to go past the second putback. No one there. And FSU still down by 2. But Cincinnati, they were down 0-2. They've had 4 unanswered.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Like, we've seen so much since he's scoring. I forgot that they were down by 2 goals like about 2 minutes ago or so. And now they're probably scoring another one if Fry doesn't make a good read on that near post. Now Florida State, I mean, they're being put through the ringer at the moment in defense, having an off game, it seems.
Yeah, you give up 4 unanswered. That's kind of uncalled for FSU. I mean, they play close games, sure, but they're low scoring. You don't really see teams score more than 4 times or 5 or so. But Cincinnati did a heck of a job, and the adjustment made in the last game in this one, I feel like it's a big adjustment here. But Cincinnati, again, it's working out.
Oh, no. We saw 2 Florida State players go for that, and no one gets in the way of the shot. I mean, D-Hack's a nice beat right there, but Fry stays on the back wall, just doesn't flip for that ball. I think leaving it for his teammate going off the ground. Cincy's just playing too fast for FSU to keep up with at the moment. That is a mistake that FSU really only makes when they're being pushed at a high pace.
Right, I mean, with a minute 20 to go now, is this really kind of a turn in the series topic? I mean, it's a blowout now for Cincinnati, 5-2. Of course, still 70 left. I mean, this could be a big turning point going into the last 3 games of this series with the 2-2 series.
I mean, I don't know for sure if this is a turning point. Knowing Florida State, I think they'll adjust just fine to Cincinnati and the upped level of speed that it feels like the Bearcats are playing with. But I don't think Florida State takes a blowout loss like this too hard. Like I said, these guys are very experienced. They're all 3 seniors, I'm fairly certain. So they're vets of the game. I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, you are correct. All 3 are seniors, unfortunately. This will be their last rodeo if you're in the SCL and CCS this season. They've been a lot of fun to watch over this last semester, but Luigi, hold on, the Seminoles not done with the fight yet.
All right, and with that level-headedness comes a level of confidence, even when they're down by 2-3 goals, where they could make a go at the comeback here in the final 30 seconds. 2-28 is not unheard of for these guys.
28 seconds left. I need 2 goals to tie. 3 for the win. Frick eyeing a double here for his second of the game. But it's a little high and no one off the rebound. Bepic 20 seconds. A chance in front. Finds Prince and shifted. It up is here within 1.
Oh, poor Ezio. Right here. The third man is frickin' D-Hax put too much into that play. Florida State is going to make him just play a nightmare scenario out in transition D. He just sits there, jumps, and has to hope the shot is at him. 16 seconds left, and don't look now, but here come the Seminoles.
It's like a penalty shot in soccer. I mean, you're just jumping and guessing where he's going to put it. Unfortunately, he guessed wrong there in the goal line. 5 seconds, time running down. FSU maybe a chance late in Cincinnati. Back on the top of possession here, but time still on the clock. 0 seconds, the ball still alive.
All right, on 0 seconds, Ezio last man. strong touch. Kind of gives the ball back to Luigi, but stays with the play. Frick follows it up with a demo, and that is game 4 going Cincinnati's way. But Florida State Nation got a little bit of momentum, I feel, back at the end of that game.
Right, but Cincinnati again, 5 unanswered is unheard of against FSU here. I mean, they were down 0-2 with, like, I don't know, minute 30, and then Cincinnati went insane. You see the double from D-Hacks, the double from ECO. I mean, it was just the offensive efficiency just leveled up immensely there in that 4th game, tying this series at 2, and all of a sudden it kind of felt like at the start, okay, like FSU's going to have their way with this one, but Cincinnati, they've stormed back.
Yeah, though seeing Joe Bro in chat, I have to comment, I don't know if 5 unanswered goals is completely unheard of when it comes to SCL teams, and maybe potentially having 5-goal leads that they drop in a game, but I only say that to rib Joe Bro. That is something that, especially against the defense of FSU's caliber, you don't expect to see. But that tells you just how good the Bearcats can be in offense.
That one's going to fall through. Cincinnati a 1-0 lead, 20 seconds off the clock in Game 5.
And ECO goes straight for the bump on Tricks. Doesn't even really need it, but does force Tricks into the in-and-out attempted save. And the ball immediately finding its way to the bottom right corner, giving him no time to save that. Since he's going to keep it going and kind of counter that end of Game 4 that FSU tossed their way.
30 seconds gone here, and again, Cincinnati, they've looked good in the last 2 games, and now we've seen both teams win 2 in a row. Game 5, a lot on the line, match point on the line as well with the win here, but it's been a very close series and a lot of close 1-goal differences, and I think we've been fortunate enough to have a really good fun slate tonight. I'm excited for the rest of the night, but ECO, what we just watched? We
just watched him cross up the Florida State defense. Beats Fries right here, and Trix drives up, has the ball poked around him, and isn't back in time to stop Ezio's shot. Oh, Ezio's a little sauce right there.
I mean, he's toying with the defender. I mean, Cincinnati just, the offense is leveled up. I mean, FSU didn't even know what hit them after Game 2.
And now down by 2 goals. We'll see if they can make a comeback happen. After seeing what they did at the end of Game 4, I'm not counting them out by any stretch, but they gotta solidify in defense right now. Their transition ball is not on at the moment. That is, their transition defense is not on at the moment. They can still hit like that. Right,
I mean, a little bit of a castle curse there in the transition attack. It actually worked out that time, but a minute 13, it's a 1-goal difference. Plenty of clock left still for FSU to pull things together here, but for Cincinnati, I mean, I just like the morale of this team truly has been boosted by the recent success of the offense. They've gone to find more opportunities, but FSU, they've kind of been pinned down a lot more than they're probably used to in a series of this, but they probably expect to have their way.
You can tell, though, Cincinnati's connecting with more bump and demo attempts on that Florida State back line. It's something they were going for from the beginning of this series, but in games 1 and 2, I would watch them go for that type of play, and it just wouldn't hit. Like, they would do those goal line sweeps. They would go after a Florida State player, but it wouldn't connect at all. It wouldn't zone FSU away from their proper defensive rotations in those kind of positions. But now, it is. They've upgraded that part of the game, and that's developed into a couple of good goal-scoring opportunities in this 2-game comeback. So I'm not surprised to see Cincinnati coming back with that style of play, developing well, but they've just lost their 2-goal lead.
Yeah, after Burn on another beautiful passing play in front of the box there, Fries able to find Tricks and just a leftward shot there, gets it behind Frick, and we've seen it from both sides, and it's been a very efficient play tonight for both teams, finding the infield pass option. It's worked out for both sides very efficiently as well, keeping this game really close.
Oh, fake from Luigi. It's Ezio backtracking. That pass intercepted by Ezio. A nice read in defense. He's kind of been the main third man for this Cincinnati Bearcats back line, especially in transition defense. But for the most part, has performed admirably against a Florida State team that knows how to punish awkward third players. And here, he's upfield trying to do the same to FSU.
Halftime here in game number 5, a 2-2 bout so far throughout this series, and here in game 5, Frick looking for a bump from his teammate, won't get up against the 50, and it falls through for a 3-2 lead.
Well, I like that. Frick going up and down, toying with Tricks in defense. D-Hacks, though, oh, okay. He forced Tricks to jump right there. And so he was trying to boost back down into the 50-50, but that's a nice read by Frick to get that ball low and force it in off the car of that FSU defender. 3-2. Nice response by Cincinnati.
Still a lot of clock left to go. The team buff will come through. Redirect from DX back in front. Finds Frick open. That one gets bumped off the finish. Not there in time. And a big stop for the FSU defense.
Well, that looks so strange. I don't know how Florida State didn't concede right there. And then I also don't know how Cincinnati didn't have a clear sent right the other way toward the vulnerable transition defense. Instead, it's the opposite. Cincinnati retreats for a moment, but everyone's back. They had an open net look, and Florida State almost given one up right there. Need to find an equalizer soon. 100 seconds left. If they don't find it, they'll have given up 3 straight games to Cincy in this best of 7.
Minute 30 to go. D-Hacks looking for a bump, but won't get it from Frick there. Now FSU a chance to counter down the other side of the field, but Cincinnati trying to cut off the pressure. But here comes Luigi over the middle, looking to get onto the first and will, but the save will come through. 80 seconds to go.
Fries expending all of his boost resources, setting up Tricks for a pot shot towards the back wall. Cincinnati not passing the ball out with just Frick on the goal line, gives Fries an open lane to shoot. He puts it short of on target, and Cincinnati is back for the rebound. That is a nice ceiling read by Luigi to make sure Cincinnati can't find an immediate counterattack, and he stays in the play deep in enemy territory, trying to prevent the Bearcats from leaving that orange half.
45 seconds left. Free jump from Luigi. Finds a dunk. I'm running down. Maybe a chance in front and another goal. Luigi credited under 40 to go on level again.
Crazy dunk from Luigi, first of all, but Cincy should not have panicked that hard. Frick just comes off the back wall, and I don't think he's intending to hit that. Tries to flip out of the way of a touch he thinks is coming, perhaps, and I don't know, just puts it in. That was weird.
That's one that might lead Cincinnati to find if they lose this series.
Yeah.
Or lose this game. I mean, that's one they're going to want back.
D-Hacks has to be solid on the goal line, and he is. It's a clear. Tricks his last man. Plays it off the ceiling. Ezio shot high. Luigi back, but Frick on his head, giving Cincinnati the lead back.
21 seconds. Cincinnati respond after the own goal with an offensive prowess play there. 21 seconds. Plenty of time for FSU. We saw what happened at the end of Game 4. They can't let that happen again, though, for Cincinnati.
Oh, this is so crazy right now. This whole game has just been absolutely mental. And it's not even a closeout game for either team yet. The winner of this does get match points, but we've been going back and forth for a minute. Chance to shoot for Fries. He takes it, puts it bottom left, and the lead has gone back to a tie state again. Florida State responding here.
9 seconds left. The clutch ability, the clutch factor of FSU comes in here late. Epic 9 seconds. We got a level game at 4 apiece.
This has been an absolutely mental Game 5 still, and an opportunity off a kickoff for Cincinnati could mean it goes even crazier. Frick, a flick? No, doesn't have boost, so it's a 50-50 on the goal line with Florida State that keeps the ball up. And that's a double fake from both teams that actually doesn't lead to an immediate overtime. It takes a second, but we do get to OT again for the second time this series.
We'll see how it runs this go around here in Game 5. Luigi looking for something early here at Cincinnati. A little bit of pressure by FSU. Been able to handle it. Being the open break attempt there, but not enough to get it through the defensive break of the FSU side. And Epic an early overtime response here out of FSU offensively.
That's a nice tandem play, setting up Luigi for a shot. Double tap, though, denied by Ezio. Frick off the sidewall, trying to beat Tricks back. Is there anyone else back? No, but he does get there in time. Expends a lot of resources, though. Puts a lot of the Seminoles out of position. But they do well in these kind of situations. Pass down, turns into a shot that Frick puts back into the middle of the FSU box. I don't know how the Seminoles weathered that storm, but they get out. They find a way to make Cincinnati awkward in defense as well. But 50 seconds in, a couple of good looks, but no game-winning goals.
Felt that Cincinnati, the double commit and the free jump was going to turn into one there, Bethany, but it doesn't. FSU's defense able to hold strong, and now Frick over the middle, over the first, but he gets bumped out of harm's way. The first minute gone. Both teams plenty of chances early in the overtime frame, but nothing on the boards yet. Just but a chance there, and Fries a 3-2 FSU lead.
Wow, that looked easy for Fries in transition. Ezio's back and elects to go up with no momentum. Up for that ball, and that gives Fries an open shooting lane as the other two Bearcats weren't back in time to cover the goal line. FSU take advantage of an open opportunity in transition, and they win a hectic Game 5.
Yeah, I kind of thought late there, since he's going to take Game 5 and go up on match point here and kind of put forward a Salem upset alert, but FSU get the job done late. 3-2 Seminole lead as we head to Game 6.
Look at that, 11 shots to 12 in Game 5. The offenses were cooking, and Fries was as well. A hat trick for him in Game 5 to stop the series bleeding for Florida State. Cincy rattled off 2 straight games, just like FSU did to open up the series, and Florida State had enough of that. But it took overtime, nation, which means this is still a tight one for Cincinnati. They are very much in a potential situation to force Game 7, especially now that they have found first blood.
10 seconds here, a good start for the Bearcats here, and Cincinnati on the board quickly, and Ezio gets the scoring started 9 seconds off.
Okay, 9 seconds in, and we're still scoring. I don't think that the chaos has left the veins of both of these teams just yet. They want to keep the scoring going. Frick! A light 50-50, inviting anyone from his team to move in and score that ball, but no one did. They bide their time. They played a possession game. Cincinnati does, and they will keep possession for now. Trix and Luigi both on 0 boost, both beaten by Frick right there. And Cincinnati hold on to the ball for now.
Now, Frick saying his name in his head there after that last possession, but 30 seconds gone, and Cincinnati trying to find anything they can. We talk about the aggressiveness and how you get a punch FSU in the face, and we saw it's a battle of grit here, I think, in this series, these last couple of games. It's been very chaotic and a very high-scoring affair.
It feels like the battle of two teams that are playing Shootout Rocket League. Last to score wins. And that was the case, obviously, in the last game with the OT. With how many times the lead has changed hands in this series, it really does feel like a game or a series of just straight-up playmaking. Who can make that last best move to get through the defense and get your team a goal? It shows you, I think, at the end of this series, who has the most ice, who has the most playmaking ability between FSU and Cincinnati.
3.5 to go, Cincinnati. We got to hold on to this lead. I think we go 7. Now,
Yeah.
Target, a beautiful shot there, but Trix keeps this one at harm's way there, and Cincinnati's still looking for goal number 2, but I feel like this is going to go 7. I mean, FSU saw what Cincinnati has done a great job.
I mean, it feels like we're deserving of a Game 7 series, but with us going so back and forth so often in this one, I think it's like 50-50, honestly, between Cincinnati and FSU right here. That last game win is so massive. It gives Florida such an advantage in Game 6 because it's 50-50 rather than Cincinnati having all of the momentum going forward. Because I take a coin flip, honestly, than giving Cincinnati an advantage in Game 6. But we'll see what happens. It's only a 1-goal game. FSU, what can they do for us here as Cincy has them on the ropes, but they're just off with that passing play.
Out time, about 5 seconds away to change. And Cincinnati's still looking for that second goal for insurance that could put Florida State's defense back up a job keeping it a 1-score affair. But FSU's offense got to turn up the jets here a little bit late. We're going to go clutch and get this game back to equilibrium. But this clock's going to run out fast in the FSU offense compared to Cincinnati trying to run this clock. But I feel like it's going to go slow for them.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It will take a lot to get this clock to triple zeros, especially with the offensive prowess of Florida State, but we haven't gotten to see much of it because Cincinnati has done such a good job controlling possession in this Game 6 after they found that opening goal. Florida State is having to work for every touch on the ball, every attempt on the Cincinnati net. That counts as one, but D-Hax is back for the save. Back this time for a shot that fries stomachs. Ezio keeps the ball in play for Cincy, but all 3 orange cars are on the FSU goal line, and Cincinnati inexplicably overcommitting in offense, giving FSU an easy first goal.
can't do that this late in the game. You're going to get burned 9 times out of 10, and Florida State turn it into 1 minute 44 to play a 1-1 game.
Oh, that's rough. That is really rough to see. Cincinnati pushing up just a little bit too far, and Florida State a freebie after everything seemed earned up until that point. And now Frick's just going to get a goal off the back of a weird 50-50. So I guess we've kind of countered each other with 3 goals.
It's another one of those kind of 50-50s. You're not quite sure what happened, but not quite sure where the angle came from, but it works out for Cincinnati to lead back in front. 99 seconds, just under 100 to go, and UC trying to get this to game 7.
Oh, Fry's beaten by Frick, and that's 2 for him in a span of about 5 seconds. D-Hack sets it up, and Fry's turned up field instead of back towards net, and that is a nicely placed ball by Frick first of all, but another kind of freebie given up by FSU.
Minute 35. Time running down now in FSU. Cincinnati trying to get this to 7, but the offense still firing at all cylinders. Late third, but FSU looking for something quick to get this within 1 with time still in the clock. We've seen what's happened the last couple of games. They have scored some very late goals to keep this series within reach.
Frick zoning D-Hacks off the ball. Nice read from the Bearcat. It's Florida State holding on just a moment before their offense gets started. 20 boost in the tank. Frick out of the play. Ball coming off the back wall, Cincinnati, and again, missed, awkward play. It could have left the net exposed, but Ezio is back in time as the 3rd man, and now D-Hacks gets a good touch on that one to make sure Cincinnati actually clears the zone this time.
48 seconds, time running down fast on the Seminoles here. They really need one to come their way soon, and they get a demo off Frick with FSU still looking for the second goal, but this clock epic not against, or sorry, it is against them here, as it's running very quickly. This one off the mark, put back, and no one home, and Cincinnati clear with these.
Luigi going up for this, ball off the side while he puts it on, not target, just a little bit wide, but Ademo opens things up for Ezio to close right back down. Cincinnati, despite some close shaves in defense, survive right there. Get Frick a chance to go for the Hattie. He puts it on net, and that forces panic out of the Seminoles nation. I think we're getting game 7.
It would be already as well. Coming in tonight, I'll be respectful as I can. I was not expecting the game 7 for these 2 teams. I thought FSU would wrap this thing up in 5 or 6, but Cincinnati has done a great job, and I think we got a game 7 on our hands.
Hey, Cincy is a quality team. I've watched them play 2 different lands this semester. Luigi will get one more, but I think we're still getting game 7. As Cincy's got some clutch factor. They made the grand finals of the Bluegrass Boost Battle. They beat Tennessee. That's over 2 months ago, but then they beat Purdue in semis of the Queen City Clash to play Tennessee in grands of that one. I mean, Nation, this is a team that knows how to play at a very high level, and I know this is just a show match, but regardless, these schools take these matches seriously. Playing good teams, you want to show up, show out, boost your name in the power rankings, and Cincinnati, I think, is doing that tonight.
You mean last season CCS. Cincinnati, very talented team throughout the course of even the top of the poll last season, I believe as well. A lot of the weeks they spent at the top, but they played Kansas very, very close. And a lot of teams were not able to do that. They only lost twice last season to Colorado and Utah, where those were crazy series. But Kansas is a tough team. Cincinnati fought neck and neck with them. And this is a very talented Cincinnati roster. They got a roster change as well this season. And I'm excited to see kind of how things work out. I think they're still kind of new in terms of their roster situation here, but it seems like it's working out how they kind of accepted it.
Yeah, I mean, Frick and D-Hacks, I believe, were the 2 players that played on the land teams that I'm talking about. I think Cy was their 3rd for those, but here, Ezio is slotted in nicely as a 3rd man tonight, putting it to Florida State on the other side of the ball as well, and giving space to frickin' D-Hacks to operate their preferred style of offense, which is punishing mistakes here. Passing play between the 2 aforementioned land veterans, D-Hacks and Frick, showing you how to pass the ball.
Yeah, I think I was told Cy was a coaching sub, but either way, he's benefited tonight with Ezio coming in 25 seconds through, and there's another beautiful infield passing play by the Bearcats.
That is a gorgeous one to open up Game 7. And now Florida State, again, kind of put in an awkward spot, going down early. They got to flex their comeback potential here. Tricks putting that ball towards Luigi, and that was a smarter option. Better opportunity than if you let Fries hit that ball, and now Tricks back in the play, intercepting an attempted clearance by Cincinnati, and then forcing them to play more defense by dominating that 50-50. Though Fries popping that ball up too far out in front. Ezio given an opportunity to clear in tandem with Frick. On the near side, though, Luigi stays home. A minute in, it's just the 1 goal for Cincy.
First minute gone. Another, we see the early start to Cincinnati, but FSU always seems to be able to fight back, and I'm excited to kind of see how this thing pans out for the next 3.5 minutes, because what a series it's been. Game 7, our first game of the night, say no more.
It's been like 4 weeks in a row on Monday Night Lights, no matter like the special themed night or whatever it is, where the first series has gone to Game 7. I honestly don't know what's been in the waters for the first series in MNL, but the opening teams have put on shows for me the last several weeks. So I'm glad Cincy and Florida State are doing the exact same thing. I just hope it stays close in this Game 7, because Florida State right now is playing offense at a high level. They just can't break through, and then Cincy always threatening in transition as Ezio looks down the field, but just finds a blue car instead of one of his teammates. The Bearcats continue to play defense.
2 minutes gone. Frick trying to put it on target. Fries clearing with the ease here for the Seminole. Snap shot a little high, and Fries again on the defensive save for the FSU side. Time running down, 3 minutes, and a little bit under 3 minutes to go here. Cincinnati have really turned things up here late in this series. They've taken 3 out of the last 4. I mean, they've done a great job. I mean, they've put a lot of pressure on FSU to perform at a high ability here, and FSU has struggled in these last couple of games offensively.
That's a nice ball out as Fries is ready for that Tricks touch. Uses all the boost in his tank to make Ezio jump up, but he does kind of the same thing, a soft pop to his teammate up the field. But this time, the offense stays working. That's another shot from Fries on target. Frick is back. In transition, Cincinnati will see what they can do. It's nothing as Luigi collects, fakes the last man back. Is there anyone for the finishing touch there? No! Florida State, a great opportunity missed, and now it's open the other way. Ezio slots it, and Cincinnati's up by 2 with 2 minutes left to play.
And you see what a turnaround in this series, and Ezio and Frick off the overcommit. It seems like several times now we've seen both teams burned by triple commits on the other side of the field. And even last game, we saw a late overcommit by Cincinnati get immediately punished. Kickoff now Fries one-on-one. Can't get anything on a look there, but FSU now that they really need one in the next minute or so to give them a chance late with about a minute left to go.
They could use one of those kickoff goals. It seemed like they were getting gobs of earlier in this series, but right now they've lost the kickoff to Cincy, who have another opportunity to score, and Frick is going to place that ball perfectly. 3-0 Bearcats. I know the comeback potential is there for FSU, but my oh my nation, are they in a tough spot.
A little bit of a 360-degree turn there before the shot, but a 3-0 lead, 104 seconds left.
It's a good kickoff, but it heads right into the outstretched arms of Frick. Who's going to 50-50 Luigi and giving himself another opportunity. D-Hacks won't fake Fries, he stays home, but a strong touch gives Ezio an opportunity to play that ball into the corner. Tricks following this ball up with no boost, so he won't follow it up at all. Cincinnati, it seems at every front, is beating Florida State to the ball. That's another good clear, making Tricks turn around and race back. And this is just tough Rocket League for Florida State to play, as Cincinnati, it feels like every 50-50 is like a 70-30 in favor of the Bearcats.
This first minute, minute left to go, 4 minutes behind us. Florida State, if they've ever gone to clutch before, any more than this, it's got to come now. They need 3 in the next minute. D-Hacks over the middle, nothing there. Now Florida State got to attack. Down on the counter-attack here, and then one-on-one, Ezio shot turned wide on the save there with the shot from Fries.
Wonderful touch by Ezio, and frickin' D-Hacks follow it up nicely, though. Tricks fast to that one, drops it down, and that's in! A little teardrop shot from Tricks out of the sky gives Florida State a little bit of life with 40 seconds to play.
40 seconds left to go here at FSU, back within 2.
See what they can do for us in the business end of this Game 7. Down by a pair, the kickoff is won. Luigi has plenty of boost, challenged immediately though by Frick. He finds his teammate on the side wall and is now back for this. Fries pass to Luigi. Made it a little dangerous, but Frick does get back for the save, his third of Game 7. FSU throwing everything at the net of Cincinnati, but D-Hacks making one last-ditch effort to get to that ball, and it's enough. Though it's still scary, FSU still looming. They've closed the gap. They've made it one. Cincinnati, watch out.
With how much pressure they had, and feel like they were going to get one eventually. Not they will. 14 seconds. Plenty of time, as they say.
All right, the kickoff again needs to go Florida State's way. They are really having a go this comeback. Trix has won the kickoff. He should have some space. Hits it hard off the back. Well, that's a miss, and Fries is there. Cincinnati capitulates in defense, and we're tied.
9 seconds, and the Seminoles back to equilibrium here with the Bearcats with under 10 to go. Overtime in Game 7, say no more.
Here we go again. Florida State needs this kickoff to go their way if they want to win it in regulation. Tricks off the side while Luigi's there. He zones off the Cincinnati defense. Ball straight up though. D-Hacks shot on with 0 seconds to play. Fries saves it, pops it up. Frick now off the side wall. Nothing. Overtime in Game 7. Let's keep this series cooking a little longer.
Overtime, here we go. Showmatch victory on the line. Cincinnati, Florida State. It's been a heck of a series, and one more goal will decide the fate.
Oh, Fries misread that pre-jump. Luigi's been demoed. Frick a pinch out, stuffed by Trix. Fries now setting it up for Trix there in the corner, but D-Hacks wins the 50-50. No boost to follow up, though, so it's a neutral challenge there. Cincinnati playing all kinds of defense, but they're keeping it on the sideline and in the corners. But that ball leaks center. Who's back? Luigi is. He fake challenges D-Hacks, and Florida State giving us all a chance to breathe.
Straight, quick 2-on-2 in the midfield. Over the first is Ezio. Cincinnati trying to apply pressure here early. D-Hacks back in front.
Good demo.
Demo with the blue net there, and it saves the goal from occurring. We're still tied at 3 apiece.
Oh, Luigi sets up Fries for a shot. He pops it up to himself, drops it down for Trix for the winner. It's off the bar. It stays out, but Frick's low on boost. He needs D-Hacks' help to get that ball out to the side, so Florida State is in a real advantageous position right now, but Frick collects the corner, contests Luigi, but is beaten. D-Hacks out to the side. Is there any Seminole there to pressure Ezio? No, he gets it out. He gets it center, but Fries is back in time. Frick just trying to salvage possession for the Bearcats, but he can't get it. So we see a fight for possession in the midfield develop, and it looks like Cincy on top for now.
30 into the overtime frame. Cincinnati now. No teams have had a beautiful chance in the overtime frame here to find themselves a game-winning goal, but both teams have come up clutch on this save on their goal line. Almost 2 minutes through overtime so far. Barrages of attacks on both sides, and nothing has gone the way of the goal just yet here for either side.
Luigi's low on boost, so all he can do is hit that ball once. D-Hacks collects. Oh, again, he's low in the boost department as well. It seems everyone's struggling for the funds, especially Luigi and Fries. You can see very low on the goal line, so that strong bomb of a clear was much needed. Because now a chance to win it for Fries. He drops it down. Ezio though, a big save. Now trying to win it in transition. He is stopped by Luigi, but that touch from Frick sets up more offense from Cincinnati. That Trix will take away. Looks to get it over Ezio's head, but he can't do it. The third man, stupendous in transition for Cincinnati. That could be in. It's not, though. Trix a soft nudge to keep us playing in Game 7 OT.
Another half of overtime played here. 2:40 on the clock. Cincinnati trying to build a counterattack here down the field. Demo comes through. Clear will be made the other way. Cincinnati trying to maintain possession, but Florida State still on the defensive end. Snap shot a little wide. Cincinnati still a 3-on-3 with 3 minutes on the clock.
Oh, they've been beaten, though. That's an open net that Florida State can't get a hold of before it hits the back wall. So many opportunities in this Game 7 OT going either way, but none of them falling. Trix back there, and 3 minutes of OT played in this Game 7, and we still have yet to find a game and a series winner.
It's back in front, and met by Ezio. Low boost, the tank would take his time. Has help in front from Frick there, but Luigi booming it back across the midfield. But just again, the time. We're up to 3.5 minutes. This one to go. Now numbers advantage the other way. 3-on-1 Ezio in trouble here.
Yeah, but Florida State has no boost, so their follow-up's going to struggle. Trix has 100, and Cincinnati backed off, giving him an opportunity to fake the first man for Cincy, but that works out in the Bearcats' favor as D-Hat sets up Ezio for a shot. No winner. Fries gets the save again. Another one for him. And another minute of OT has passed without a winner in sight.
4 minutes on the clock at overtime. Still no winner decided yet. Both teams fighting neck and neck, with Luigi eyeing the winner here.
Oh!
Back in front, couldn't finish there. And FSU almost another one there to end things here in Game 7 overtime.
Oh my word, if Luigi just stuck with it, he could have found the winner. Almost found another one right there, but the shot is just short of being on target. So Cincinnati, they find a way out. They find 100 boost in the corner, but Fries, with plenty in the tank of his own, contests D-Hacks. Moves upfield. Trix has been taken up, but it's Fries and Luigi got to worry about. D-Hacks across the box, finding a save. Luigi on target. No! Off the crossbar again. Florida State just can't sink those game winners.
5 minutes of overtime now played here in 10 seconds, Depic, and it's been a
Whoa.
whole other variety of chance here for an FSU cover. 5 minutes of OT.
Oh, you're kidding me. That could be it. It is! Frick on an open net at exactly 5 minutes in OT. That was a bump on Fries. Trix and Luigi get sucked into the corner, and Cincinnati was there to punish. GG. Cincinnati makes the upset happen.
What a series. Cincinnati turned things around in the second half of that series. FSU really opened things up early, made Cincinnati pay for mistakes in that first couple of games, and put up a heck of a fight late down the stretch. And Cincinnati, after a 5-minute overtime, win here in Game 7.
And that was only the first series of Monday Night Lights of the evening. We got Texas Tech and UNC Charlotte coming up on the other side of the break. And I got to throw it to a quick break because I got to fill up my water. I went through all of that as that series took up the full hour and then some. So Nation and I will be right back with Monday Night Lights featuring CCS show matches. Stay tuned, because if that's the first series, I don't even know what the next two are going to bring us. We'll be back.